What's going on, everyone? It's time for another thriller film review. Today, we're going to talk about a film called Sleep Tight. It was released October 14th, 2011. It was directed by Juan Belagaro, who did films like, he's most well known for doing Wreck 2, Wreck 3 Genesis, and Wreck 4 Apocalypse. He also did films like The Vault, Venice, and Darkness. It was at a box office earnings of $8.7 million. This is a Spanish thriller about a doorman who meets a new tenant in this like condo building, and he kind of becomes obsessed with her. He really has these dark fantasies and ambitions that he wants to do with this girl, but the girl is not really into him. She has other guys she's interested in, and he doesn't take kindly to that. So he sneaks into her apartment and basically torments her and punishes her for not fulfilling his needs, and darker things ensue. Overall, this film's cinematography is really good, and the acting, from what I can tell, anyways, because I don't speak Spanish, but I can tell it was very well acted and played out for it. The characters are pretty in depth in this, and the story is actually pretty dark and disturbing. It's sort of like when you first watch Wreck or something like that, or a film like that, where it really catches you off guard. It starts off as a little wholesome and stuff, but then you know the dark dread and the evil stuff of the main character, evil character anyways, is going to come and really ruin the day, and he does. It's very dark and oppressive and very bleak in certain circumstances, and but what it is, they did a good job at displaying that in a film format, and did a good job at taking their time to build the character so you feel more of an impact when that stuff happens. Yeah. Uh, yeah, the special effects and stuff in it are not too bad. And overall, I thought the film was actually pretty good. It was better than I was expecting. But for what I probably didn't like, and what I wish there was more of, when he starts doing his more sadistic things, it's kind of tame when it comes to that. It's disturbing in a sense, but it's also like you could have done more to make it more impactful and stuff. But I think it's trying to appease a more international audience. That's why they kind of kept it like that. Where this one, they could have gone full on ruthlessness with the guy, but with this story, they end up making it a little bit more tame and subtle. But also, that's kind of more of a realism feel to it, though. So it's kind of a yin yang sort of scenario where it works, but they could have done it, and probably would have worked better with more of it. But for what it is, it's still a good film. It's a dime a dozen type of film, though. We have a lot of these, and it can get a little bit repetitive and cliche. But for what it was, it's definitely one of the darker ones, especially from an international film, where North American films kind of either do excessive torture or more brutality to it, which is what I'm more accustomed to seeing. Where this one's a little more tame and realistic, and yeah, which actually works in that sense as well. It's just depends on your preference, really, for how much you want to endure. But for what it is, it's still a good film. It's by no means perfect or anything like that. There's some stupid characters, side characters in this that don't need to be in it, and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's a good like popcorn like thriller. It'll keep you gripped and cheering on as you watch it. And overall, I thought it was good. So I'm gonna give Sleep Tight a 3.5 out of 5. It was a fun film, and overall, it's a good thriller, and definitely makes you think twice about going to bed. So if you want to check it out, though, it is on Shudder and on Tubi, where you can watch it for free. So I'll link that down below, so you can at least watch this for free. And also make sure you check out my Letterbox. That's down below at Derek P Reviews. That's where I post my first star rating right after watching the films. My Instagram's also down below. That link down below. That's where I post film clips of films I'm going to review in the future on my story. I usually put the film title in there, some history thing in there as well. And also my Twitter's down below, reviews_Derek. So follow me on those platforms, Stay Blue's channel. Also, if you have Shudder, look for my name, no spaces, Derek Peterson. That's where I usually put a skull rating and my first opinions after watching it on there as well. Also, make sure you like this video, share it to more people aware of it. Comment your opinions of the film down below. If you have any films or film franchises in any genre and on any streaming service that you want to hear my opinions on in the future, comment those down below too. I'll try my best to get them as soon as I can, and if I can find them. Make sure you subscribe. Hope you find something weird, obscure, and odd that you probably never thought of checking out together. And also share my opinions on popular films that have come out, classic films, and reviews on other things as well. And don't forget to ring that bell because we're going to start another trilogy franchise, a werewolf one. We're going to start with the Ginger Snaps films. So we're going to talk about Ginger Snaps in the next film. So make sure you tune in for our next review. So make sure you tune in for that. Watch out for all those crazy doormen that become obsessed with your wives or your girlfriends, or even if you're a single woman. Watch out for those guys that get super obsessed with you because some of them can be pretty sadistic. And I guess I'll see you all in the next review. So until then, cheers.